How's everybody doing? Rob Brandon here. Now, let's see, maybe I'll have to get a little bit closer here to see what people are saying. Thanks for clearing that up. Sorry, missed that. Anyway, hi everybody. Rob Brandon here, 10th DIM. Please follow me on this channel and of course on my other media as well. It's all 10THDIM. And today I'd like to talk about the electromagnetic wave and just do a little hand exercise for everybody here. So if you can see my hand, think of that hand now as the point that we start with. We start with a point. Just do that with your own hand. And just hold your hand out in front of you now. So when you do that, you're thinking of yourself as consciousness. You're thinking of the point that is moving on a line that is within the fifth dimension, which is where our electromagnetic waves are resolved. And Einstein agreed to that a century ago, as I keep saying. So here is consciousness. Now just stick your thumb up and stick your pointer finger out and relax your other fingers. And basically you've got the three axes of the third dimension now. 1, 2, and 3 for your fingers going out to the side. So That's how the electromagnetic wave is constructed then, is with the two opposing directions of electricity and magnetism at 90 degrees to each other. And when you think of all this as happening at the fifth dimension, it makes perfect sense that that ties in with all the other things that are happening with the fifth dimension being our probability space. So this hand is locked in the third dimension as far as its physicality is concerned. All their atoms and molecules are always skating along there on that one Planck frame at a time motion through the possibilities then that are coming from the fifth dimension. And of course, that's what we're talking about in Interstellar, where all that timeless perspective is happening. And so your index finger then is how the two forces are modulating at 90 degrees each other to create the reality that we're observing. All of those forces observed Maxwell's infinitely scalable field equations. So it all fits together, right from the quantum out to the most maximum version of the universe that you'd like to think about. So with the line, then it must be being pulled in two directions to modulate the point to create the wave that becomes the reality that we're observing. If it's all coming from a quantum wave function, and we can imagine that that's being created just by being a point that is modulating in size and shape across the dimensions to create the reality we're observing, then you can think of that as being how the space-time line that represents each one of us from beginning to end, the long undulating snake, the spine, all the other different ways that we think of that timeless line within Everett's multiverse that will represent a particular life of a particular person. And of course, anybody who could look at that line from beginning to end would say, well, therefore, free will is an illusion, because that was the only way that line could have happened, is that pattern in space-time, that collection of Planck frames that are all one after another to create the universe that included that person from their beginning of their life to the end of their life. So that's the timeless perspective then, is how you can think about how right now there are going to be people that are wanting to pull things from one direction in our space-time line, and things that are using retrocausality to influence our present from the future. I mean, that's all in the quantum physics articles that we're all reading nowadays. So if it's from a timeless perspective, David J. Brown said something about how our perfected selves are already pulling us from the future. That's an idea too of how there already is a best possible you out there. So how do you get there? That's the trick, isn't it? So that's all I'm going to say for right now, but I'll be in the comment section here to see what people are saying. Thanks for watching.